Many crypto experts believe that 99% of crypto projects will go to zero, and they firmly believe that Bitcoin proof of work mechanism is essential for crypto to survive as it cannot be stopped by any government or country. The cryptocurrency market is flourishing in the global financial market with thousands of different cryptocurrencies. 2 years ago, Bitcoin dominated the cryptocurrency market, gobbling up 70% of its market value.
I would echo that. This is a number of years ago during the ICO boom, and I think in some ways the ICO boom wasn't particularly great for crypto, but some good things probably came of that, just like what's going on with stablecoins. I said somewhat controversially around that period that I thought 99% of crypto, at the time there were 2,000, not 19,000, and I said that I thought 99% of them would probably go to zero, and that didn't make me a lot of friends in the crypto world. Since then I've been very wrong, I guess, because now there's 19,000, so we've moved the other direction. I would agree with Gavin. It's not clear to me whether there's a place for all of these, but I also think as you go from first generation technologies to second generation, you get more specific use cases for specific types of solutions. And look, I think we even have seen with what's going on in the NFT market, the gas fees associated with NFTs are in some cases astronomical. And are the underlying layer one technologies able to support NFTs in the kind of first generation? And I think we're finding probably not. And we need to find better technologies that can support NFTs, because I don't think NFTs are going away by any stretch. I mean, I would go with scores.
Yeah.
Maybe more than dozens, maybe scores, but do we need thousands? I'm not sure. I don't. Now, I would also say though, look, there are thousands. How many internet companies are out there solving, some of the very small use cases, not big markets, very specialized? That's a healthy thing. How can you use IP-based technologies to solve very narrow solutions? That's okay. It doesn't. You don't need a huge market. I do think, though, that sometimes when you have these new kind of almost Precambrian formative stages of an industry, that you have sometimes that experimentation, we're figuring it out in some ways. And I think some of the layer one technologies are here to stay for sure, and they will solve different use cases. Clarity and certainty. And actually, I will say that globally, and then we can talk about the US more. But I certainly have said, and I think the team at Ripple has said for years, the industry lacks clarity and lacks certainty. The overwhelming majority of people working in the crypto industry, I think, are good actors that want to do right by regulators. But when the rules of the road aren't clear, it's very difficult to manage within that. And so for entrepreneurs and investors to participate in these markets, to invest in companies in this space, you want that clarity and certainty. In the United States, we have been clamoring for that, and frankly, I personally was at the United States SEC office 4 or 5 times in the years leading up to their decision to file a lawsuit saying that XRP, again, the digital asset Ripple uses in our technology stack, their assertion that that's a security. You have other countries that demonstrate how out of step the United States is with really the G20. I mean, we talk about Switzerland here, we talk about Singapore, we talk about the UK, Japan, even the UAE is way ahead in providing that clarity and certainty that I think allows investors and entrepreneurs to build on these technologies.
Well, I have a couple of reactions. One is, in some ways, she's in good company. There's others like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger who've made derogatory comments. But not that long ago, Jamie Dimon, someone who said they thought Bitcoin was, I think, a fraud, and has subsequently come around and realized that, in my judgment, this is an industry that is not going away. It's valued today at about $1.2, $1.3 trillion. But I do think, and I've spoken to Christine Lagarde personally, and I think we need to stop measuring it just by what's going on with the overall value and how are these assets being used to solve real world problems. And I think time and time again, we're seeing more and more real use cases solving real scaled problems where blockchain technologies can reduce friction measured by cost and speed in a way that I think improves the overall economy. I think absolutely yes. And it's frustrating, I said when there were about 2,000, so as you said correctly, there's about 19,000 today. When there were about 2,000, I got some heat from the crypto market by saying that something like 99% of them I thought would go to zero. And that wasn't a popular statement suggesting that only 20 would be around. Well, now you have 19,000. My prediction, at least for now, has been moved the wrong direction. But there are some tokens out there that I think are focused on solving a problem. And those are ones that I can see being used in the future. And we could give a number of different examples. Some of them are present here in Davos. But there's also ones that I look at, I hear the description, and I don't get it. And I think there is risk, as Christine Lagarde commented. They are speculative, they are risky, but that doesn't mean there isn't real opportunity. Look, there is clearly examples where these can be used. What Ripple is doing with our digital asset that we use in our technology stack called XRP is solving a cross-border payments problem. And that cross-border payments problem we all have experienced. When you're moving money cross borders, it is slow and it is typically expensive. There's no reason we can't use these technologies to solve it. What is going on? That's frustrating. Gary Gensler was quoted as saying that justice delayed is justice denied, yet at every turn the SEC has been slowing this one down. Look, we were the ones advocating for years that we needed regulatory clarity in the United States. And then for the SEC to say, hey, even though it's not clear, we're going to bring a civil lawsuit saying that XRP is a security, we find to be a bit ironic. I'm actually advocating for regulatory clarity. I think most crypto assets are not securities, and I think they are clearly commodities, and they are regulated. I mean, when people say, as Gary Gensler has said, this is the Wild West, that is not true. We're a regulated company by many different regulatory bodies today, and outside the United States, you have the regulatory clarity.